Search Buzz video recap. My name is Barry Schwartz. This is the December 21st edition. We have a lot of fun topics to talk about, so keep listening, and I'll be right back. So this week, on December 16th, I wrote a post named, "Are SEOs turning white, or is the industry melting?" It's basically around my perception about how the whitest of white hats are kind of more accepting certain more what would be termed, in my opinion, black hat strategies in 3 or 4 years ago. And on the same front, black hats are doing less black hat stuff and being more accepted in the white hat realm. Why did I bring this up? There was an SES Chicago show a week ago or so where Doug Heel over at I Help You Forums, who's known as the white hat of white hats, was basically the first time he sat on a panel named Black Hat, White Hat, and the Best Kept Secrets to Search. And in that panel, he basically sat with two white hats, Rich Wiki and Eric Enge, and he also sat with two, I guess, known black hats, Todd Friesen, a.k.a. Oil Man, and David Naylor, Dave N. So that was the panel, and it was very interesting to see Doug there because Doug has never been at an SES before in the past. He never spoke at one, and he pretty much boycotted them in the past, but now he's participated. Not only that, he participated in a session that had so-called black hats on the panel. And what Doug came out and said after the panel was that he finds to be Todd Friesen, Oil Man, to be typically a white hat now. That he called him out as a white hat, and I don't think Todd would argue. He's definitely doing more white hat things, and I'm sure he's doing some black hat things on the side. But he also called Dave a big teddy bear, which everybody knows he is. If you get to know him, he's a great guy. But he also said that Dave will eventually turn to the white hat side. That being said, I think it's more about definitions. I think that now that Google and the search engines are being more detailed and more descriptive about what black hat is, what white hat is, and what's bad and what's not, what's good and what's bad. I think more white hats are understanding certain things might not be considered black hat, and more black hats are considering doing things that they wouldn't consider to be black hat anymore. There are some controversies going on. It's a really long thing. It was been spun, had 40 spins. It has 22 comments currently. A lot of discussion going on that post, December 16th. And it's interesting to see. I like to see this, combining. Obviously, the clarification from Google helps. And obviously, people in our industry talking and communicating more, no matter what side of the, what color hat you are. It's nice to see. On December 15th, we reported a weekend update from Microsoft, Live Search. They did some type of update. A lot of people are discussing it. Some people are saying that Microsoft is jumping between two different indexes. Some are complaining that the update looks very spammy. Some are saying they like the update. Obviously, it depends on how well you're ranking. But if you want to learn more about that update, go to December 15th at seroundtable.com, click in the archives, and click on December 15th, and you'll be able to see that. There's a lot of discussion over Webmaster World on it. Definitely want to take a look if you care about Live Search. So I have 4 things to tell you about in terms of the search result page at Google. On December 16th, Tamar reported on Danny Sullivan's post at Search Engine Land describing how Google is testing what are called page links, reviews and SERPs, and enhanced spelling corrections. So page links are basically, if you have anchor downs, pound in the anchor downs in the page. So if you ever look at a frequently asked question page, often they have these anchors that drop you down to the bottom of the page or to the middle of the page or whatever. Those are called anchors. So if you have these anchors, Google will sometimes show you these page links, not called site links, but page links in the search results. So if you see something called jump to whatever the keyword anchor text is, it actually anchor you down from the Google result. In addition, they also have these reviews in the SERP, so it'll show you if you're looking at a citysearch.com review or something like that, and they have reviews, Google will actually show you the reviews, price ranges, or whatever it is with stars. And Google's been testing out these new search spelling suggestions with did you mean, and then showing you results for the correct spelling at the top, even though you spelled it wrong, and then under that, they'll show you the incorrect spelling with search results for those incorrect spellings. That's the first thing. The second thing is Google's testing ads and search suggestions. And again, this is something that Danny Sullivan wrote about. We posted pictures of it on December 16th. You should check it out if you're interested in that, in the search suggestions. So you just type at google.com, you start typing, you might see ads at the top or at the bottom or in some other format in the search suggestions drop down itself. On December 17th, we posted about, this is the third thing, we posted about how does Google actually count those post counts. So you ever look at Google search results, specifically with a forum or blog, it will show you, X number of posts, X number of authors, et cetera, et cetera. And we wrote about this in the past, but the question is, how does Google come up with that, and why is it not so accurate? So John Mueller over at Google said he's going to look into it and let us know. That was December 17th. We haven't heard back from him yet. I'll keep tracking that post and keep you posted on that. Finally, those Google site links that we talk about, if you do a search and you see these links under the actual search results, sometimes they get cut off and sometimes they don't represent exactly what you want them to represent. So if you have that problem, and some people do, we have a post on December 16th, if you have that problem, you definitely want to go ahead and let Google know about it. The best way to do that, I think, is to go to the Google Webmaster Help section, do a post. It seems like this guy's problem has to do with the periods in his pages, in his title tags. So one person said he should use HTML encoding instead to try to escaping those periods and see if Google figures out the actual revised site links. It's still a problem right now, but hopefully it'll be fixed soon. December 17th, we reported based on a Google Blogoscope citing that Google has added YouTube videos to the Google Maps. So if you do a Google Maps search and you're in a popular area, and then you click on the More link at the top right, then you could check off a little thing called Videos, and then it will go ahead and plays geotagged videos, I guess with good ratings, in the map results. The way you geotag those things is when you upload a video, you make sure to click on the date and map options and plug in your address or plug in the location of the video that's relevant to that video. And as long as you have, I think, some positive ratings, you should show up eventually in the Google Map results under the video, embed or the video layer. Yahoo had a big announcement this week. Obviously, they need to create some buzz on December 17th and reported on December 18th that Yahoo will be retaining search data and other data, log files, etc., and ad data for only 90 days, excluding things like legal reasons and other reasons that they have to keep the data. But they're only keeping it for 90 days. Google has I think a 9-month policy. They used to have an 18-month policy, but they were pressured to shorten that, so they made it to 9 months. Now with Yahoo doing 90 days, 3 months, might be that Google might feel pressure to reduce their limit on that. So we'll see. Obviously, this type of stuff may impact how Google does private, how search engines do, personalization and stuff like that. But overall, it's good to see that search engines are taking this seriously, and that this might put some pressure on Google to reduce their search history. Obviously, Yahoo's doing this, I think, as a publicity stunt to get more buzz about their search engine. Google on December 17th or so, we were posted about Google releasing AdWords Editor 7.0. It comes with first page biz estimates, it comes with quality score updates, keyword opportunity location stuff, campaign targeting in a data view, and also ability to send feedback to Google, plus other features. But on December 18th, we reported there was a bug with their automatic backup bug. So some people are upset about that. Hopefully they'll get it fixed. Definitely take a look at it. AdWords Editor 7.0. There was a popular thread over at Webmaster World complaining about how some offensive ads are being shown up in the AdSense contextual publisher sites. It's pretty upsetting. We did last week a post about how AdSense, the relevancy isn't so good, so hopefully that's not related to this. In addition, AdSense publishers are getting what we call scary Christmas cards from Google. The Cindy office is sending us some weird cards that people think might be spam or not spam, but they are worried about it. Obviously, Google's not giving out AdSense gifts to their publishers this year because of the economic reasons, but to send out scary cards might not be the proper answer. I guess they can't win, I know. There have been widespread reports that Cool, the search engine CUIL, is comment spamming different blogs out there. It's Cool representative said it's not them, it's somebody else, and they have no relationship at all to these comment spammers. Danny Sullivan thinks it's true that they're not spamming, but it does upset the industry once you see comment spam from different search engine like Cool. Again, they don't admit it, and they say it's not them. That's it. We ran a poll a few weeks ago asking SEOs, do they think the alt attribute, the alternative text to an image tag, does that impact search engine rankings? About 80% said yes, it does. We have the poll results on December 19th. We posted it, and only about 20% said it does not. I'm surprised 20% said it does not change rankings or improve rankings, because the alt tag is definitely in my opinion, definitely one of those signals, maybe not an important signal, but definitely one of those signals that search engines should use to determine relevancy of a page and determine what that image is about. Thank you so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name is Barry Schwartz, December 21st edition. Everyone have a great week. I'll speak to you next week.